Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to present to you my recommendations for the Sephora Beauty Insider Sale. I actually wasn't going to do one because I'm like, it's too late, no one cares, and I feel like you guys do. You guys really love these shop recommendation videos, and I really love recommending products and talking about them, so I thought, why not? Ideally, I would like to get this video up within a couple of hours so you actually have time to see it and shop tomorrow and Sunday. What are you gonna do? I'm just a loser when it comes to these things. Without further ado, if you want to see my recommendations for the Sephora Beauty Insider Sale this weekend, then please keep on watching. If it's your first time here, friends, my name is Alicia. Platform is named kinkysweat, paying homage to all things movement and beauty. Kinky is my hair, sweaty is my lifestyle. I love to backbend and blend eyeshadow. Where should we start? I have a lot of recommendations. Don't want to overwhelm you, but I want to give you some choices as well. Be prepared that some of these products are expensive, and the point is to recommend the more expensive products because if it's 20% off, then you want to, discount it where it counts. I guess we'll start off with some skincare, y'all. Well, the cleansing step. The Green Clean Makeup Meltaway Cleansing Balm from FARMACY. You guys had actually recommended this to me while I was looking for one in the last sale, I think this past summer. I bought the full size because during that time, the smaller size was the only one in stock. So I got the smaller size, finished it, and got the big one. This is a beautiful product. First of all, it's like a lime green balm. It comes with a little spatula on the insert, and this is how the balm looks like. Look, I'm nearly like halfway done. This is crazy. I felt like I just bought this. It emulsifies into the silkiest, beautiful consistency. You apply it on dry skin. It melts away your sunscreen, your dirt, your makeup, and everything in between. You add a little bit of water, and it turns into this beautiful, soft, milky consistency that I feel that is actually milky. Like some of these balm to milk cleansers don't actually do that, but this one does, and I feel like that milky cleanser that it turns into is actually doing like a phenomenal job in taking off the grime. Rinses off clean, skin feels soft, but then I usually go in with a foaming cleanser just to kind of seal the deal with the cleansing step. And I present to you the Somerville Exfolikate cleanser. They do have a value size tube that is sold out online, and I don't know if it's sold in stores. I actually bought the smaller one first at Ulta. Bypassed it during checkout, and I was like, oh, I'll give it a shot. What intrigued me was that this product is from her Exfolikate exfoliator, which is like holy grail, iconic in the skincare world. That's a really intense exfoliator that uses AHAs and enzymes to really get that skin smooth. So she created a cleanser inspired by that Exfolikate formula, and this has AHAs. What does it say? Reveal softer, smoother skin while gently cleansing away oil, makeup, and surface impurities. Formulated with a duo of AHAs and pumpkin, papaya, and pineapple enzymes, this cleanser is designed to improve the benefits of Exfolikate, which we just mentioned, and maintain a glowing complexion between uses. I used this one, the smaller one, extensively before I committed to the big tube, and I feel this does make a difference in exfoliating my skin, so my other products perform better. There's nothing in their way. I do feel my breakouts are less, and I just feel my skin is clean without feeling stripped. After I rinse this off, following the Meltaway, my skin's texture is smooth. It is not dry. It is not stripped. I recommend this product if you're looking for an exfoliating cleanser that is still gentle but highly effective. This I feel like is in the 40s. I believe this is $38. Exfolikate. This is $38, so you'll get to knock off some monies with that. But then the smaller one is $19, and I'm looking on the website now. The 8 ounce, this is the 4 ounce. The 8 ounce, the value size, is $60. So I would get the value size at some point when I finish this, because if 4 ounces is $38, then you definitely save when you get the 8, when it's only $60. This ranges from $22, which the smaller size is $22, and this is $34. So if you could knock off some dollars with that, I think it's a great buy. Now that we did the cleansing step, let's move into toning. May I present to you my longest standing commitment with any freaking skincare product I have ever owned, the Sun Park Beauty Water. You guys, this is my 7th bottle, and I fully intend to purchase another when I'm done with this. See how much I have left? It's almost that time. $30. I'm looking at Sephora right now, 573 reviews, 4 3/4 fifth full star. Never has my commitment wavered for this product. And you know, I'm a skincare buff. I'm always kind of tempted to buy new things right away, even before the current products I have finish. I just want to try the new improve. It's gonna promise me a new face within hours. Then I just find a product that no matter what, I will continue to buy because it just does everything. First of all, toning rebalances your skin's pH at like a 4.55 pH balance. So again, it's not going to over dry, it's not going to create excess oil, it's not going to wreak havoc, breakouts, it's just going to remain calm. But usually after cleansing, it's important to get that pH balance back to where the skin likes to live in, so that again, all those skin conditions are not going to flare up. This is what the beauty water does. Not only that, if you just want to refresh during the day, you just soak up a cotton flat and get to town. Also making sure that the excess makeup that might be left over from your cleansing steps is wiped away with this beauty water. And the fact that it has floral waters and floral this and floral that, but it's not overwhelmingly fragrant, which is what I find a lot of toners, like, it kills me, man. I don't care how great the formula is. If this toner is gonna make me sneeze, I don't want it. But it's such a light, refreshing scent. It's not overpowering, it's not going to kill your nostrils, it's just pleasant, and it really adds the ritualistic feel of your skincare routine. And it's simple. You see the product, you see when it's done, you know, it's not covered with graphics and crazy stuff on the bottle. It has a hole at the top, so if you like to fill up minis like I do, it's just easy to refill those bottles because of how it's designed. Highly recommend it. Let's see, this is $30 for 11.49 ounces of product. So not too bad to begin with, considering the ingredients in here. I believe this is also lightly exfoliating, so if you need that extra exfoliating step, it's not gonna wreak havoc on your skin, not gonna do anything to sensitive skin types, and I would definitely consider this. Oh well, that was very passionate, I'm sorry. Okay, on to the next step. Now, in terms of skincare treatments, full disclaimer, I did do a sponsored video with Biossance, but even before I did the sponsored video, if you see back to my VIB haul I did this last summer, I already bought Biossance products, and I already bought Biossance products before that. I was a huge fan of their brand before, so when they reached out to me, I was thrilled. This is their Squalane Omega Repair Cream. Almost done with it. Like, I've been using this every night. It is emollient without feeling heavy or greasy. If you have dry skin but you don't want to look like an oil slick, but you want your skin to be left velvety soft, this is your cream. It's expensive. It's like $68. So if you had your eye on this is the great time to get a jar. Also, other products from Biossance that I highly recommend is their Squalane Vitamin C Rose Oil. If you are oily skin but you are insisting on using oil, I would definitely recommend Squalane because it is lighter in texture and quickly absorbing. And also, as we enter the winter months, I just like to press that extra layer of moisture over my sunscreen before I apply my makeup. And lastly, we have the Squalane Phyto-Retinol Serum. One of you has said because it is plant derived that it's not as effective as like pharmaceutical retinol, which I think is correct. I don't want to go much into it because I don't want to give you the wrong information. But if you love to combine products, I like to combine this with my other recommendation, the Drunk Elephant TLC Framboos Glycolic Night Treatment. This is the value size I purchased last year, maybe I think around this time actually, and I still have a lot of product. If you are going to splurge, I would definitely use the 20% off discount off the value size. This is 12% AHAs and BHAs, and it just wards off breakouts, it helps even skin tone, it helps smooth out texture, and it is a phenomenal all-around give me new face product. And then after I apply this, I apply the retinol because again, retinol is not an exfoliator. It increases cellular turnover, so it has a different role. This works better after this because this clears away physically. It dissolves the dead skin, so the retinol could work a lot better. And because this is plant derived, it's not going to be as harsh to sensitive skin types if they want to use some sort of retinol. This is, I believe, like $74. The squalane oil is $72. It's very expensive. Again, like I said, I'm recommending the expensive products because if you want to like get that discount to work. This is $78, also very expensive. I'm sorry. The Drunk Elephant value size, hello, where are you, is $134. The first size they release is $90, which is 1 ounce of product. This is 1.69 ounces of product, and that is $134. If you use this already, I would get the value size, especially if you really love the results. If you're not too sure, then I get it. Get the smaller size or something else from another brand. Totally get it. Now, once we've had that, we moisturize again. I mentioned the squalane, but another favorite cream of mine, where does she go, is the Drunk Elephant Lala Retro Whipped Cream. I purchased this from the last Beauty Insider Sale, and I appreciate the whipped texture of this formula. During really cold, dry days, I actually use this as my day cream, and then I apply my sunscreen afterwards. And it's not too much. It definitely leaves my skin feeling cushion soft after I apply all my serums and essences. And it's not heavy, it's not greasy. I love the design of the jar. It's a press up so you don't stick your fingers in it, which is how I wish the Biossance was designed. If you were to try to pick between the two, I definitely feel the Biossance squalane is a little, just a touch more rich than the Lala. Lala is a more whipped texture, and the Biossance squalane Omega is a cream, like it's a true cream. After the Lala, I would go in either, I got two. The green screen, which I'm almost done with. I really like this formula. It's SPF 30. It relies on a physical sunscreen, titanium dioxide, and zinc. But I also love the Neogen Dermatology, so beat up, sunscreen, the intensive defense against UVA, UVB rays, but this is SPF 50. The Neogen, I feel, is my number one. Again, I love the size of it. It's just easy to pack, where the pharmacy has, like, although very beautiful, this takes up a lot of space in my toiletry bag, and this just slips right in without taking up any space at all. The fact that this is SPF 50, lightweight, and does not leave a cast on my skin has just proven for it to be my number one sunscreen of all time. I do love the pharmacy green screen though. It was hard to find a formula that relies on physical sunscreen ingredients that do not leave a cast on tan or even deeper skin tones. But if you are deeper than me, let me know if this does leave a cast, because if it does, then it's obviously a no. But I appreciate the fact that it doesn't smell like that intense physical sunscreen smell that I have experienced with other formulas. It's lightweight, and it leaves my skin feeling velvet soft, plush. And I think this is also designed for more oily skin types, because it's going to provide that moisture, but it's not going to leave you feeling like an oil slick. It definitely has like a demi matte finish that I think is ideal and just proves to be a really beautiful texture to lay makeup on as your prep. And then after that, I apply my Biossance Squalane Rose and Vitamin C oil. I just gently press it into Pharmacy or even the Neogen, and my skin, it is ready for makeup. Plush, velvety, just like it's a cushion, like a nice, beautiful cushion texture. That combination is fire. I had to lighten you up. It was getting a little dark in here. Okay, those are my skincare recommendations. Let me know down below what you think. If you already had these products, if you hated them, let's talk about it. Now for makeup. My foundation recommendation, the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Foundation. Beautiful formula, lightweight, definitely matte. Not as matte as the NYX Cosmetics Can't Stop Won't Stop. I think it's just a touch more less matte than that, but it definitely has a beautiful lightweight texture that provides decent coverage. I would say medium buildable. I don't really rely on foundation to give me that full-on coverage right away, because I'll go in with my Too Faced Born This Way Sculpting Concealer, which is also a huge recommendation of mine. I have been using these suckers since the summertime, and I think these are a beautiful formula. This is in shade Y425. Hold on, let me get the price. This is $38, and then I follow up with the Too Faced, which I think is $30. The fact that you get 1 ounces of product for concealer is amazing. But let's say you want to skip the foundation route. You're like, that's too expensive, Alicia, especially the concealer itself is $30. I sometimes use this by themselves. I use this to spot treat those like really crazy blemishes I have that are ruining my skin tone game. This is Warm Sand. I just dot it to the places that I need that evenness, and then it just blurs everything away. And people think that I have foundation on, but I don't. I just treat spot and it does the trick. This is in the shade Sand, and I have all these products that I'm mentioning, well, especially the complexion products, I have on my skin today. So I have this as my foundation. I went in on the crazy blemishes with the Warm Sand, and then I went in with just sand under my eyes. And you don't use a lot. I've been using less and less concealer from the get-go because I found that when I blend out with my fingers, it just lays on more product because I'm not relying on a sponge or a tool to do that. And I feel sand is a reasonable highlighting color for the under eyes if you're within my skin tone color spectrum. Once we have the foundation on, then what do we do for powder? I've been loving the Milk Makeup Blur and Set. I'm reading down below. Blur and Set Matte Loose Setting Powder, $29 each. I have the shade Light for my under eyes, and I have the shade Medium for the rest of my face. Lightweight, talc-free. It has like avocado extract in it, hyaluronic acid, I believe. So it's a treatment as well as a powder. And I feel if you're dry and you don't like to use powders, that this is a great one because it's not going to leave your skin textured. It's going to still make the foundation or even just your skin smooth. It's going to diffuse. It's going to blur just like it says. The only thing that I hate about the design, I actually took off the lid. There was a flip top lid, but I think I had a defected product because the light one, it was like crazy to take off. Every time I try to get into this powder, I have to use a tool to lift the lid. So I just broke it off. And again, because of that, the powder gets a little wild and it's like flying everywhere. Just careful with how I open it and, you know, don't get crazy with it. Highly recommend these powders if you don't like loose powder, but you still need to use it in order to keep your makeup from moving or from fading. I haven't been baking, so if you are wondering how these powders bakes, I can't tell you. I've just been applying lightly with my brushes to where I need it, and I found it's been doing quite fine. The next product I want to recommend is the Hourglass, what does it say? Ambient Lighting Edit Unlock Palette. I'm looking at Sephora right now. This is out of stock. I'm so sorry. I didn't think I would like this palette. I actually have another video using this with the ColourPop Good Sport eyeshadow palette that I still haven't finished editing, so it's gonna be a little late, but you know, I'll just still put it on here. I was surprised with how much I liked this layout, and I think it's definitely one of my favorite Hourglass complexion palettes. I think because it doesn't have the marbleized blushes and bronzes in here, it's just like the actual color, and I feel this bronzer in particular shows up well on my skin tone. I didn't think it was going to, and I do feel it's still a little light, but I use my Sony G brushes with it, and I have all these powders on my face. As you know, or if you don't know, Hourglass creates sublime complexion powders. I mean, the way they create radiance and like lit from within glow without texture, it is just, I don't know. I don't understand how they do it. So let's say, okay, I use the Milk Makeup under my eyes, and then I use the diffusing light powder just to kind of buff and take away excess loose powder. Then I use this other finishing powder to kind of refine all my blushes and bronzers that I apply. Before that, bronzer, beautiful highlight. This is the highlight that I have, and if you don't like highlight but you still want a little bit of a glow on the cheekbone, this is gonna give it to you. Soft, radiant, beautifully lit, but not looking metallic and crazy. I think it's a phenomenal shade. And these two blushes, this is more like a blush enhancer topper, and this is the actual blush shade. A beautiful plum mauve that I think is perfect for fall, or just generally a beautiful shade if you are tan or deeper. I do hope that they create a face palette that has a deeper bronzer color, or even like a more a deeper highlighting color, because these powders are phenomenal. Their texture is sublime. The way they layer and combine without looking powdery or heavy on the skin is beyond me. I don't know how they do it. I think the mirror is a great size. The pans are small, which is, you know, something Hourglass always dealt with in terms of critique, but you know, that's just how they roll. If you are near Sephora and you can get your hands on this Unlock palette, then definitely so, because unfortunately, like I said, is sold out online. This retails for $80, so it's a lot of money. That's why we gotta get it during the sale. 5% of profits from this 100% vegan and cruelty-free product will go to support the non-human rights project. So you're getting a great makeup palette, but you also are supporting a phenomenal cause. If I were to recommend other highlighters that are not in a palette, definitely the Dior Skin Nude Luminizer. This is their most recent release. The packaging is different than their like all plastic metal packaging. I have the shade 03, and I actually applied this over the Hourglass highlighter because I just needed a little more bing. Beautiful texture. And I think this is ideal for tan skin because the undertone is perfect, and it truly feels like I could produce this highlight shade, color, feel, experience on my own. This bad boy, I think, is a lot less than its original Dior Skin product. Let me see here. Dior Skin Luminizer Shimmering Glow Powder is $48. The bigger one that came with the brush and the bigger compact was $56. So less generally. And they also have like holographic glow, they have rose glow, bronze, nude, they have pink, they have a wide spectrum of highlighting shades that I think could suit a numerous amount of skin tones. I think the gold is best for tan because I tried the nude glow, and although beautiful, I felt it kind of just sat on my face, and I don't think it presented that true highlighter undertone for my skin color. Definitely recommend 03 for my tan Cinderellas out there. All right, we got the bronzer on, we got blush, we got a highlighter for the eyes. I couldn't film a Beauty Insider Sale video without mentioning Mother. But to our extreme disappointment, Bronze Seduction is still sold out online on Sephora.com. If you are nearby a Sephora store and it is not sold out on shelves, I will pick this up. Bronze Seduction is probably, well, let me just say this. Someone asked me what my favorite Pat McGrath palette is. It's Subversive. I love Subversive because of Gigabyte and Night Creature, the purple and that antique gold green shade. It's just phenomenal. And also, if you love color, then you have so many options there. Like, not only do you have those crazy pops of colors, but you have like the neutrals. This though, I feel, even though it's more neutral in comparison to her other Mothership palettes, it's a lot more user-friendly because you got 3 mattes instead of 2, which I feel like usually comes in her other Mothership palettes, except for Subliminal that has 3 mattes. Definitely more warm, user-friendly shades. And of course, you got the bronze and you got the taupe bronze. Fire Opal, I mean, I could put Fire Opal on now because this is basically the same color story as the gold palette from Natasha. I was gonna do this. Look, oh my god, that amped it up so well. Do you see that? Should I say anything else? This bad boy is $125. 20% off can help quite a bit. Her most recent releases were her Opulence holiday palettes. Unfortunately, Sephora does not sell bundle deals on their website. It's just individual. The smaller palettes are $55 each. It's hard for me to recommend one because I love them all and I love color, and I definitely feel comfortable using them all. But definitely Bronze Temptation, I think, is the most comprehensive one out of the 3. Only because you have the pop of green and this beautiful, this duochrome shade Corruption is otherworldly. It's not from this planet. I don't understand. And then you have two mattes, which is not usual for her mini palettes. You have Burning Desire, which is a beautiful crease shade, and then Dark Paradise, which adds nice intensity but still doesn't look too crazy. And again, you could apply either Corruption or Supernova all over the lid and have like that color all over lid look, or just stick with the browns and just apply Provocatrix or even Entice. What is this called? Celestial. Put one of these on the lid instead. Dark Star, I freaking love, man. I think Dark Star is my favorite because it is just so beautiful. Deep Space, this gray shade is just perfect to blend out Metropolis with and Interstellar. This is more so if you're into the blues and the purples, but I feel like it could also be like a cool neutral moment. If you have brown mattes already, you could just pair Enraptured and Entice with, and then on fun days you could maybe dive into Interstellar or maybe just apply it to your lower lash line. Dark Matter is going to add some really nice intensity to the outer corner. It's not a matte shade, it's more satin, but it has really beautiful depth and a creamy texture that's phenomenal. Lastly, you have Metamorphosis, which is a mini Decadence, which I don't know if she's going to ever release again. That was limited edition and I have it and I love it, but these shades definitely kind of take on the same feel as the bigger Decadence palette. These two shades already exist, and some of you had mentioned, I think these two shades are from her original Metamorphosis kit, which is a whole kit that came with a cream and then a powder shade that was bronze and then copper, gold, and silver. Then you have these two. This shade, Smoked Amethyst, it is, I can't even explain it. It's this deep eggplant matte with magenta sparkle. It's not dry though. It goes on opaque, and the sparkle effect with the magenta, I don't understand. I have all tutorials, reviews on these palettes in my Pat McGrath playlist, so knock yourself out, grab a snack, because there's a lot of Pat McGrath videos on my playlist. If I were, again, to highly recommend just one Opulence palette, definitely Bronze Temptation. If you don't like blues, then I understand Dark Star is not going to make sense for you. So if you wanted to buy two, Metamorphosis or Bronze Temptation I think are a good pair. But if you just want to buy one, but you don't want like your typical bronze and copper shades, then sure, just get Dark Star. But you know, if you're a Pat McGrath fan like I am, you're just gonna get all three. And if it's a 20% weekend, you know, early Christmas gifts. I did not expect to like this palette. I was actually very surprised. This is the Stars in Your Eyes palette from Charlotte Tilbury. I know. What are you doing, Alicia? This also is sold out on Sephora.com. This is insane. Like, all these freaking palettes that I'm recommending, all this makeup I'm recommending is not even on sale. I believe this is a limited edition. It is $75. I did dive into Charlotte Tilbury like 2 years ago, and I wasn't super impressed. My life wasn't changed when I tried one of her quads. This though, first of all, is hard to see, but there's like magenta sparkle on the palette. It's plastic, but it has like a beautiful metallic sparkly finish to it. Sparkly, not metallic. Wrong finish, Alicia. And then each section is divided into a different eye look. So the overlay has 1, 2, 3, and it kind of guides you as to like which shadow you apply first. I was not ready, man. I have this palette. Let me just put some pictures up, shall we? These are a few of the looks I did using this palette, and each time was a pleasure to use. The mattes, smooth, man, and you punch your brush in and there's no kickback, very little if any. The color payoff, I think, is amazing, and you'll be very happy to discover that this definitely looks richer in person than it does on screen. When I first saw it, I was like, meh, but it's actually a nice arrangement of color. The only thing, there's one critique I have with this palette. I wish the metallics and the shimmers, like, let me see here, like, this shade, for instance, even though it goes beautifully on initially, I feel it doesn't last as long as patch shadows. Towards the 5-hour mark, my lids become a little oily and the sparkle and the reflectivity definitely diminish a little bit. So I feel the mattes are better performing than the shimmers and metallics in this palette. I would definitely use a concealer if you want to get more staying power out of the metallics in here. If you want to use those shades for like those eyeshadows for a standout color on the lid. The mattes apply creamy, blend like a dream, and you can get so many looks. Like you could do a low-key look using the first trio. This trio has all metallic, so if you want to jump around and use mattes from another trio, or just use the mattes because the mattes are so smooth that you could actually blend this into your crease and all over your lid. Like you don't have to worry about using a matte shade to blend out this with. I think it blends out. Look how smooth that is. You could just, you know, put that in the crease, blow it out with your favorite crease brush and call it a day. Use the other shades to put on your inner corner and your brow. Like definitely the ease of use is a huge selling point for this palette. Not only the performance, but again, the ease of use. And if you're not great with eyeshadow, if you're intimidated by it, I would definitely check out this palette. I kind of hate myself for showing this, but I'm going to show it anyway. I don't know what's wrong with me. I bought the gingerbread. I bought the freaking gingerbread palette from Too Faced. This is, I believe, 40. Let me see here. This retails $49, but hear me out, friends. Hear me out. I use this palette for a few times. I'll, you know, in case if I find some pictures on here, I'll show it next to me. I was amazed with the performance of this palette, and I've seen a lot of reviews, and I think they all agree that this formula is definitely better than their previous chocolate bar sweet peach formulas. And I love the color scheme. The color scheme is really great. Like you have your pink, and then you got your orange, you got your plum, you got your purple. I even like the So-So shade. This shade is like awful. It's like a topper shade, but I just put this, I pressed it to the inner corner and it's lovely. It's fine. The one shade I'm not happy about is Spice Rum. I was really hoping for a better metallic plum shade. You really have to build this up. It's definitely more crumbly and dry than the other metallics in here. The other metallics in here are bomb. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. What did we do? Hot Toddy? Hot Toddy is, listen, this is actually a duochrome shade, and might I even say, if you don't want to buy a Pat McGrath palette, listen, don't kill me. If you don't want to buy Bronze Temptation from Pat McGrath's Opulence line, this is Corruption. Now, Corruption definitely looks more, that's crazy next to Hot Toddy. Hot Toddy takes more of a magenta feel, and when I look at it from this way, you can't see it, but I see the duochrome shade on this side. Hot Toddy has more of an orange shift, whereas Corruption has more of like an antique gold shift. Hot Toddy is definitely the standout shade from the gingerbread palette. I was amazed at how beautiful that shade applied. It's hard to see in the pan, but it is a gorgeous duochrome shade that, again, kind of reminds me of Corruption in terms of like the color shift and the color family. The mattes perform beautifully the mattes perform beautifully too. I just think you have a really nice array of colors that, again, these are my favorite combinations: the plums, the oranges, the magentas, the tans, the deep browns. I mean, you have it all here. Yell at me down below, but you guys, gingerbread is a good Too Faced palette. I was actually quite surprised with how much I loved it. 2 shades out of 18 that are like meh, and the rest are phenomenal. Not bad. 20% off on top, even better. And my last eyeshadow recommendation palette. This is what I have on my eyes, and let me tell you guys, like, this is probably one of my favorite Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes. I have all of them, except for like the 10 pan palette, but I have Sunset, I have Lala, I have Safari, I have my review and swatch video film. I don't know if it's gonna come on before or after this one, but you'll see in that video I talk about how I pair the matte, how I saw her product knowledge video, and just have a better idea of how to use this palette. Phenomenal colors, beautiful formula. Again, this is what I have on my eyes, and if you want to splurge on one Natasha Denona palette, I think this should be it. Sunset palette has some beautiful neutral shades too, but it has like yellows and reds and oranges, which can, I feel like, provide a lot of impact and maybe too much color if you're not used to. This is a little more neutral, and I feel user-friendly for those who want to buy expensive eyeshadow, but they don't want to look too like If they don't want to delve into those high impact colors and shades, then gold palette is the way to go. Lip products, you know what? I have to say, I'll just recommend the Pat McGrath Alien Gelic Lust Lip Gloss. If I were to buy one shade from her lip gloss collection, it will be this, because I feel like it's the most unique. And the amount of sparkle on here, and it does not, I don't feel the sparkle. It doesn't feel greedy. It doesn't feel gritty. It feels smooth. Look at that shine. And it has like that beautiful duochrome, like iridescent look to it. And the Blitz Lip Trans lipsticks, I think, are now available on Sephora.com. I want to buy one, but I want to try them in person because I want all of them, but I don't think I need all of them. I just want to choose one or two standout, life-changing shades, like the red one or the orchid one. I'm like eyeing, so let me know down below what you're thinking about. The Lust lip gloss from Mother Pat, I believe it's in the 30s. $28, still expensive for a lip gloss, so if you could get some dollars knocked off, I think it's worth the purchase. Long wearing, beautifully and comfortable to wear. It is. Look at all this sparkle. Look at the tube. It is a beautiful tube. You get a lot. This is a lot of freaking product. First of all, how much do you get in here? 0.15 fluid ounces or 4.5 milliliters. That's not bad, and it's a beautiful formula, smooth, again, not gritty, and just feels comfortable on the lips while providing that crazy high metallic shine. Lastly, hair. Again, another disclaimer, Diva Curl sent me my first jar of Super Stretch when it first launched a few months ago. I bought another jar because I really love how it makes my hair look, how it makes my hair feel. It's $30 for 8 ounces. So if you feel this was expensive to begin with, I think a great opportunity to now try it and see how you like it. I just love how it provides that definition without the tight hold feel. It doesn't feel textury on my skin. I'm talking about hair. It doesn't feel textury on my hair. It still feels silky and smooth. And it also sets up for really great refresher days. For instance, if I wanted to wear my hair down tomorrow or the day after, I'll just use my Jane Carter Solution Spray and Revitalizer leave-in. And the way my hair falls and sits, because the Super Stretch is still in there, it still looks curly. It still looks defined with a little bit of separation. But again, I love the shape and I love how it falls. And I think it's because of the Super Stretch, how it stays in my hair, but it doesn't leave a cast. It doesn't feel residuey. It makes the definition happen and the curl pattern happen without that really ooey feel. You know what I'm saying? And this is my second jar, and I still have my Jane Carter curl defining cream, and I have a lot of products. I just really love the simplicity of this one. It's going to provide the moisture, it's going to provide the slip, the detangling, and the hold, but it's still going to leave my hair feeling silky smooth. And look at that curl pattern. Look at that bounce and that liveliness. You know what I'm saying? Whew, that's it, guys. Those are all my Sephora Beauty Insider Sale recommendations. Let me know down below what you're thinking about buying. If you have any of these products already, how you love them, how you maybe change your mind about them. I will take it from there. And that, my friends, is a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And until then, I'll see you on here again with another chit chat, tutorial, demo, or review. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.